Hello everyone, got some kind of bad news. We need to talk.
So, TOS girls have finally broken up. But why?
So pretty much us as a TOS channel posting videos on TOS is no more. This is the very final video.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Danny and today I want to talk about the TOS girls breakup. You would ask, why am I concerned with TOS girls breakup? I feature some of the TOS girls in my channel. For instance, I do cover Nalopia and Batikas, who are members of the TOS girls. TOS girls is a group of 8 girls from Australia. Well, TOS girls was founded by Loser Fruit or Lufu or Fruity, whichever name you prefer. Other co-founder members were Tana, Nalopia and Batikas, and the rest of the remaining girls were Dev, Alithia, Fastfee and Oasis. This group has existed for over 2 years, so that means that they had plans of starting it in the year 2021 following a very successful 2020, the period of COVID where things were done in-house and so many people were tuned into Twitch streams, and so it was favorable for them to start off like a group channel. Pruity posted in her channel saying that she created the channel and her main aim to create the channel was to just show how Aussie girls can go out there and chase the dreams and do what people think is impossible. And her inspiration was the Sidemen. Of course, the Sidemen from the UK. Her initial idea was to create a side chick, like a sister channel to Sidemen, but she ended up discarding the name because it really looked generic. She didn't want none of that, so they ended up settling with the word TOS because at that time TOS was the trending word for terms of service, like YouTube's TOS or Twitch's TOS. Upon starting, they started creating videos and posting them out there, and they had a couple of successful projects, like as you can see over here. These successful projects actually meant that the growth prospects for the group was actually high and it was actually promising. Members that were involved in the group also were growing immensely, like their Twitch live stream experienced like a surge in number of viewership or number of chat members entering into the stream daily, and also those that started their YouTube channels started experiencing an immediate growth. Like for instance, Nalopia, she really grew very fast, and Batikas, and the group started gaining popularity outside Australia too. You'd say this was actually contributed by doing the reaction videos, like for instance reacting to what Sidemen did, couple of things in the YouTube community which actually made them sell their channel out there to external audience, like for instance the USA and the United Kingdom, and actually they are able to break outside of Australia and be known by other people out there. Why wasn't the threshold met by the TOS girls? Well, I would break it into a couple of things. One of them would be finances. So Lufu addresses this thing in one of her recent YouTube videos, that she as the founder member put in like a lot more than any other girls in there, and a lot more than the channel deserves, because the videos were like pretty expensive, and you can just tell by the type of videos they are doing, like it really does look expensive because of the, like in terms of hiring the producers, directors, shooting location, the cameramen and editors, and just bookings, and it proved to be pretty expensive. And because the other girls were not fortunate enough to have this kind of funding, she had to chip in more. She actually had some help with some other 2 girls which she didn't mention, but according to me and the way I know TOS girls, I think these other 2 girls were Nalopia and Tana, because these are the girls that do have pretty much decent YouTube following and also Twitch following, and I think they might be the girls who chipped in quite some. And that does not mean that the other girls also didn't do something for the channel. It's only that they are less fortunate to do like massive moves. And Fruity did mention that this was proving to be so much for her. This led to another thing which I would address, is mental health. And for the mental health, it didn't only affect the founder member Fruity, but also the other girls, because a lot of things were involved. First of all, for Fruity, managing a large group of girls 8 girls in particular was pretty hectic, because each and every girl comes with different personality, different character traits, and different personality means that this one would do this better than this one, and this one has to be pushed for them to do this better. And some of the girls just didn't understand the thing yet because they were not in content creation before.
Dude, you've literally stopped being a lawyer for this shit and now it's gone. I left being a lawyer for this now.
And also another thing that took a toll to their mental health was the underperformance of the videos, because they had really high expectations for this channel, and coming in they thought that it was just going to be skyrocketing in terms of growth, and this did not happen. At first the videos went viral, and then the second time, when YouTube is trying to figure out like what set of audience again would they push the channel to, now obviously the YouTube graph or the growth curve will obviously slow down and maybe reach an optimal level or kind of drop while they're trying to figure out the audience. And I know many of the YouTube channels today, when they see that, they tend to give up because they think, nah, I'm not growing. It gets a little bit scary, and they already say they have failed on it. Some fans were really mean, and some of them expressing their opinions about the girls copying the boys from the Sidemen and saying that the video ideas were directly copied from that channel. And to me, I think that is really mean, because Sidemen have existed for years and years, and it will only be unfair to say that the girls are copying them, because they have done almost everything. And even if you think of something new, even them, like, there's nothing new under the sun, and there's nothing wrong about taking an idea and modifying it and just making it, expressing it in your own way. It seems like it couldn't work. Fruity says that it's because they are girls, but I think that's just overthinking or something like that. No, in fact, girls do stand a big chance in terms of growth on YouTube, because first of all, we just know they are girls, they're pretty girls, and they give the pretty girls privilege. Given that there were 8 girls, they had a chance to just, you know, be dominant, and there's no other girls doing these projects, so they had an upper hand. Now, despite all these successful projects and despite all these things that are happening, how did they arrive at ending it all? Now, you have to understand that these girls did end the channel not because they were beefing each other because of the circumstances they were in. No, it's because of mainly the finances. And Fruity does say that for her personally, she felt like her personal growth was becoming so limited, and she was taking like a lot of time, a lot of finances into TOS Girls project and abandoning her YouTube channel. She has a massive following on YouTube. She does not only have the main channel, she also have another channel, like a vlogging channel, and she did not have time to put in there. And seeing that the other girls were growing individually, she rightfully admits that she was becoming a little bit jealous, like jealous in a good way, because others were growing and she was kind of, you know, stuck in there. She just saw like it was draining her, and she sometimes had mental breakdown. So she had to approach other girls and also talk to them about that thing. And also, shooting this content in different locations meant that the girls had to travel each and every time, and it's not that all the girls came from one specific place, so they had to move places in order to record these videos. And sometimes it was hectic to get syncing schedule between the girls, because each and every girl is doing their own thing. They are streaming and they are doing sponsors, they are doing this and that. They just had to end this in one way or the other, either put a break or just dissolve it. After all, they had achieved some things, like for instance getting 100,000 subscribers. So is there going to be a TOS Girls 2.0? You can't rule it out, because the channel is not being terminated, because it's still there. I think, for me, I really do think that these girls have just gone back. They've drawn back a little bit and just trying to figure out how if they are to come together, how they handle this thing, how they approach this YouTube thing again. Because I think, for me personally, I do think they had huge dreams, they had bigger dreams, and just wanted to achieve them in a short time rather than how they would work for it. Remember, Sidemen has existed for almost 7 years, 7 years, and they have grown slowly by slowly, and they just then rushed things. For the TOS girls, I really do think that they wanted to be like Sidemen within a year or two, and that is not just it. That's why success takes each and every little efforts, and each and every little efforts build up, and you know, the little efforts bring this audience, it brings these members, and they didn't consider that. So I think it's only right to say that TOS girls chewed more than they could swallow. A fun fact, the founder member Fruity actually had another girls group. I don't know, it was called Clicks or Click something, I can't remember, and that group also failed. And for a successful person, it's always good to fail sometimes, because when you fail, it gives you that opportunity to learn. And I think the next time maybe TOS Girls 2.0 comes in, or the next great thing she's gonna start is gonna be amazing, because she's already learned from those two groups, and it's just good. Like, as a young person, it's great learning by failing. I think she also has to learn how to appreciate each and every talent that the guys bring into the group, and how to coordinate groups. Like, for instance, budgeting. You'd have a team to budget for you, you'd have a team to give you ideas or to modify the ideas you have. For instance, they had some immense group assistance from this guy called Cray, and also Lufo's boyfriend Marcus, and the boys really did help the girls a lot, and they were instrumental each and every time they needed. Like, they provided shooting locations, sometimes they appeared in the videos, and they would have capitalized on that, or they would have asked the boys to help them on things like this, because they are somehow matured in the realm of content creation, because they have done this content creation game for a long time. What are the TOS girls going to do after this? Obviously, they're not beefing, and obviously they're still doing the videos together, like, but not for TOS girls. They will just be doing it for their channels, but they still can collaborate, and they can still even come together as 8 of them. They're still doing the Twitch streams.
I'm just existing. I'm streaming.
I filmed some like story time for YouTube.
I don't know what's next for me. Get a big, fat, juicy, voluptuous ass. Food, I love eating. Food is my passion.
Fortnite still, you know, we're gonna do
We
Fortnite.
love
Of course,
Fortnite.
yeah.
It's pretty sad, because I had put some faith in them, I had put some money on them, money, like invisible money, doubloons. I'd put some money on them, saying that they are going to be a great thing out there. It's not like they failed. To me, I feel like they went out there, they did it, and in one way or the other it didn't work out, and they just like taking a break and see what works for them, and hopefully they're gonna come back again stronger. And well guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for this video, helps it reach a wider audience out there. Also consider subscribing, turn on post notification, and with that guys, let me meet in the next upload. Peace out guys.